Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So it's Sunday, April 13th, 2025, 8:08 a.m. The 8:08 state. Oh, it's a beat. Oh. So, predisposition much. Do these jeans make my bum look fat? That's comedy. Not laughing though. Our lack of understanding, guesswork, is what we are. Guesswork. What's next? But there is enough evidence for me right now to say you can go too far. You can go too far. It's it's not clearly defined. Our path as human beings, it's not clearly defined. It's vague because there's always options, you know. But the option to play God, I mean, to play God or to play God, you're playing against that which is the unknown. It's a mystery. Do we actually challenge that system to its absolute degree? Do we push and push and push and push God or the idea of God, the great creator, or do we just accept it? Because ultimately, there's going to be enough people studying engineering, especially genetic engineering, that will want in some way to do the thing that I believe is way too dangerous, which is to integrate the idea of we can create a better race by meddling with genetics, by trying to make better humans. We're better humans already. We are. If we make inquiry and we start recognizing and realizing a, a very deep understanding of the human condition. It's not any one thing. So no matter how much they mess with the genetic code, I mean, I might have a recessive gene, an old pair of Levi's. But genetic engineering is actually producing loads of things that don't seem to benefit humanity that much in the long run. Genetically modified foods is one example, but when the eugenicists, eugenics, when they start meddling in our ability to procreate normally, as humans have done since forever, and they start messing with that, it's too dangerous, I think. I mean, I really do believe that there's a point at which we have to say, okay, accept that we are not the masters of our own destiny, accept that we can alter the course of our destiny in a way that allows us more liberty and freedom to enjoy our human experience. But once we start saying, I'm superior, so I'm going to tell you what you should do, once we start this superiority complex and we start playing with the idea that, well, I can breed more intelligent humans, so why shouldn't I? Why shouldn't I push it to the edge, like right to the edge, like like an object you put on a table that the cat will eventually get to the edge and push it over. That's too much meddling. I think we've gone far enough with our understanding of the genetic code because there's too many people involved. There are too many people involved in trying to create bigger and better. I mean, just look up genetic farming, please. I mean, look at genetic manipulation of beef. Just look up a picture of a genetically modified cow that that has been specifically modified in order to produce more meat. It's a homunculus. It's an abomination as far as I'm concerned. But we don't stop, do we? Hello, Conrad. How you doing? But why don't we stop? Why don't we just stop and go, wait a minute? We're altering the course. I mean, of course, we're altering the course because nothing is mapped out. We're altering the course of humanity, but we're erring too much on the side of taking out a lot of other humans. I mean, I've just recently put out a song called Fuck War. Well, it's on so many fronts. This is not a war that requires, physically just going out and mowing people down, although that does happen. And it just blows my mind that people still do that stuff. But it's the violence inherent in the idea that we can usurp, overtake, dominate the race by messing with code to the point where some people even want to integrate with machinery. They want to be part of a machine. Now, should you have an ailment or an injury that can be enhanced by a prosthetic, that's okay. I'm okay. It's great. No problem. But if you think the prosthetic is actually stronger and better than the original, do you just cut off all the other limbs? I mean, this is a very pivotal point. I mean, people who are pushing for that sort of robotic interaction, they're forgetting that everything is working as one in this multiverse, but our human experience doesn't need to be enhanced by wiping out our choice. And the problem with choice is we have ultimate choice, and I, for one, don't want that to go, don't want myself to go in a direction where I'm part of a machine. I don't want to be part of a machine. I want to be a human being. And if I was to plug myself in to a machine in order to survive, I'd say, no, don't do that. Pull the plug. It's not realistic to extend life beyond its natural cause. You know, human experience is human experience. You know, it's not supposed you're not supposed to live forever. I mean, that's basically what people who are pushing this envelope into we're more godlike. Ultimately, what they're trying to do is be immortal. Well, we are already immortals, but we're having a human experience. And the active choices we make are to love each other or to manipulate each other so as we're all able to do these things that are beyond normal human scope. I don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. But a handful of people are meddling with it, and it's not looking very rosy for the rest of us, because once they get into creating half man, half robot, half, you know, it, once they get to that stage, do you think we stand a chance? I mean, people are fearful of AI, you know, artificial intelligence. Well, that's not something to be afraid of. It's artificial, right? But once we incorporate, once we deviate from our natural human being, our organic human being, and we start getting all these add-ons, it's really tough. You have to start questioning, well, how far do we go with this? Of course, you preserve human life to the best of your ability. And I think there are so many brilliant microsurgeons and surgeons and people who've been helping people very close to me extend their life through that. But are we trying to extend life to immortality? Are we that fearful of death that the best brains in this planet are just going to go, wow, we're going to live forever. We're going to make sure that we live forever. Well, I don't want to live forever. This human experience has been absolutely brilliant, but I want to see my immortal self, my eternal self, my spiritual self live on. I've had this human experience. I'm still having this human experience. I intend to keep it as long as I can, but I recognize that it's finite. It will end. This human experience will end, and it's okay because there's more. We just don't need to know more. You know, I mean, I'll go back to William Blake, cleanse those doors, you know, the doors of perception, and you will see man as he truly is. There's a darkness in human being. There's a darkness. It's okay. We're okay with it. That's how we challenge ourselves, and it's good. Dark and light, dark and light. But we have to at some point go, we can't play God. This is just my opinion. I'm following some rather out there people who I don't know. They just want to blend with technology and just move on to being something akin to a machine. I don't need that machine. I don't need to integrate with a machine. Do you? Can somebody help me understand it? Why would you? Why would you think that being half of you and half machine is better than being the whole you? Can somebody explain that to me? I'd like it. I'd really like to talk to somebody who thinks that it would be better to be half of yourself and half machine. I want to be the whole me. Yeah. Anyway, that was it. I didn't want to go on too much about it, but it's just interesting to me to see how far these people go. I mean, the other title for Mary Shelley's Frankenstein was The Modern Prometheus. We are not predisposed to be anything other than human. Yeah, all the good stuff, all the bad stuff, but it's okay. It's better that than to play God. You're not it when you try and manipulate humanity. Inside, you can do what, this is your freedom. This is your free will. Do what you want with yourself. But if you think what's best for humans is to give up part of themselves, give up part of their human experience willingly, then I don't think you're on the right track. I'm sorry, but I just don't believe that. Love, unconditional love. Keep going back there. Stay in charge of your own life. Don't let them take you over in any way, shape, or form. Be a free thinker. All right. Love you. Happy Sunday. Bye now.